So I want to bring in former LA prosecutor Irene Lee to talk about this and a lot of other things. Good morning to you. You were attacked by the same man who was charged with attacking Olympian Kim Glass on an LA street 10 days ago, nearly blinding her. She was with us on Friday. Just want our audience to remember what she told us. Watch.
We all deserve the opportunities of freedom, but not if you're a terror to society. He was let out on probation and he attacked someone else, and that was a misdemeanor, right? But before that, he had already assault and battered 2 other people, and they were all women, right? And so what does it take? Like, we just keep dropping the ball.
Yeah, she asked the question, what does it take, Irene?
Good morning. Nice to see you. Thanks for having me. There's just so much to unpack from what had happened. I was a prior victim at the hands of this man. And as a former prosecutor and as someone who witnessed the court system from the lens of a victim at the hands of this man, we have to restore the balance for victims in our system. And, there's so many law-abiding citizens in our society. Most of us follow the rules and we trust and live by faith that they're going to be implemented fairly and justly. Unfortunately, right now, at this time, there's a climate of preferential treatment for violent offenders over that of law-abiding citizens. And, that's whether it's the DA's office or the courts or the legislature. And in our particular case, it was the judge who kept releasing this guy on probation after violation after violation. And I think that when victims continue to arm themselves with information and are aware of what's going on, they can continue to exert or assert their loud voice to the politicians, to the elected leaders, because they have to be held accountable to us. And I believe that Kim's attack was entirely predictable and preventable. This shouldn't have happened to her. I had warned the judge who sentenced the man who attacked me when I spoke out last summer. And I had asked the judge, I said, how many more women does this defendant have to hurt for it to matter to this court? And so we do have to speak out.
I know that you, I believe we have some photographs that we could put up after you were attacked. And when you say that it was preventable and predictable, I mean, even when you were attacked, would you have said the same about him at that point?
Absolutely, because when I was attacked, he was already on 3 grants of felony probation. He had attacked 3 women, 2 of them with a golf club and a hammer, and he threatened to harm them. And another incident that was about a year prior to my attack, where he had gone after a young woman with a metal pipe and struck her numerous times, causing injuries. And I believe that there were enough red flags before the court to say, you know what, this guy, he can't be out there on the streets. He's a danger.
Right.
And so I believe that the writing was on the wall.
Meanwhile, in San Francisco, there's a new DA, and that new DA, an African-American woman, fired 15 staffers. And the progressive left in San Francisco is not happy about it. Here's just one quote. San Francisco has taken 10 giant steps backwards. Jenkins was dangled in front of us because she's a black woman, which was supposed to make us feel better, but the firings are terrifying. I hope this raises the ire of the left and makes us realize we must fight or we will lose. We always say a shift to the right can't happen in California, but it's happening right here in San Francisco. What do you make of that? And why do you say a moment ago that the victims don't matter? Why is that the case in towns like yours?
Well, all I can say is from my personal experience is that there's just this climate, this feeling that people will get off without any real consequence, and that people are focusing on the violent criminals over the victims who are being daily victimized, who don't have a platform to speak out like Kim does, or now that I do. And there is just this climate and this fear that's out there on the streets. And Brooke Jenkins, I don't personally know her, but all I can say is that she's been charged by the voters of San Francisco to restore that sense of balance back into that city. And you can't accomplish that role or that goal by having a staff full of public defenders who have not had the experience of protecting the public as prosecutors.
Right.
So that's one step forward to bring that balance again.
Well, you're very thoughtful.
Great to have you.
Thank you for your time.
Sorry for what happened to you, but thank you for talking to us about it.